Cool. All right, so we're on. Okay, so you moved to Elks. Is that right?
I moved to Elks. Yes,
How was
June
that?
1st, May 1st, May 1st. Believe it or not, it's great. We actually don't feel like we're sardines in a can. We
Okay.
have some more space to dance. We're not screaming at each other. Well, the instructors, we're not screaming on top of each other while we're teaching. So I feel like we have more space. There's more like air to breathe, even though we're filling it up, which is the part that's really shocking. I didn't think we were going to fill that place up. I thought we were just going to have more space. But
Right. Right. Well, that's a good problem to have. There's no doubt about it.
yeah, I'm not going
Um,
to complain.
is I'm assuming it's one or the other. Either they're charging you an arm and a leg, or they're hooking you up nasty. I'm assuming they're hooking you up. I could be wrong.
There it's no, they're charging a reasonable price. It's
Okay.
not like they're not giving it to me. It's like a give and take because since if we do parties with them and do like socials with them, like that's where like we're reciprocating money because they make their money because they're a country club. They have a full bar, they have
Right.
events going on every week. Like they want to do country line dancing. We have a country line dancing instructor. So they're like have that person come teach and then like we kind of have like a little relationship going on
Oh,
where
that's good. Yeah, they're very
yeah,
community oriented too, which is awesome. You know,
exactly.
they're just trying to do business too, man, which is great, which is awesome.
Yes, and they're gonna remodel it. I can't wait for them to remodel it because the carpet
Oh
for
yeah,
me is a struggle.
yeah,
But
yeah,
we
yeah,
have a big wooden floor, but the carpet
yeah.
just a little it bothers me. But that's where I have to give and take with what I got. But they told me they're gonna remodel, so that kind of got me really excited.
No, no, no. I believe it. I believe it, and I don't think that they're the type to hold back simply because they don't want to do it again. They're
Yeah,
like whatever remodeling that they're doing that's gonna last for another however many 50 years or you know
because they've been open for so long, they haven't remodeled since they opened. So
right.
it's like
Yeah.
you gotta if you want to keep the people coming, you have to go with what's going out right now. And let me tell
Yeah.
you, there's so many venues available right now that
Oh my gosh.
banquet halls and like country clubs are going out of business.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Absolutely. No, but that's so awesome. That's so awesome.
yeah,
Um,
the space I'm looking for, I love the space. And now we're having our, oh my gosh, we have to talk about that. I know we talk about here, we talk about it there, but to cordially invite you to our anniversary party.
when is that?
Yes, it's June 1st. It's like
Oh
literally
my
around the
God. Okay,
corner.
that's right there. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay. For sure. For sure. For
I'm
sure.
doing a Cuban move where you throw a party last minute.
Okay.
Because
All
I was
right.
like, I wasn't sure if I was going to do it because there's so much going on with so many events, there's so many parties that I'm like, I don't want to be just another party. I
Right.
want to like, I wanted to cordially invite all the schools that I have like relationship with because for me, I want the OGs to come back out.
You're
You know,
damn right. Yeah. For sure.
I want to have people that, that haven't been dancing in a while to come out and like, come out of the closet because I know they've been hiding, having kids,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
adulting where, that one night I want to make it like a Miami Vice, make it
Okay.
Al Pacino, little palm tree button down, a
Yeah.
little
Yeah.
bit
Yeah.
of
Yeah. Feeling that? Okay.
something
Cool.
different, since, Salsa Fina's branded as like Miami 305 kind of
For sure. For sure. So
school.
is that 8 years?
8 years.
That's
I
amazing.
can't believe it.
That's
Oh my
amazing.
God.
That's amazing. That's
I,
awesome.
I don't even know how I'm here today, to be honest with you. Like,
Amazing.
I go day by day.
That's it. I see yes.
I go day by
I
day.
see.
If
I
I were
see
to tell
yes.
you that this is where I was going to be 8 years ago, I would have told you, no, I would have been married with kids, but salsa what?
Right.
Like,
Right. Right. No, for sure. No. No. No.
yeah.
Absolutely. No, that's awesome. You're killing it. You're sustaining it, and that's what's important. Is I mean, you know that the sustenance is like,
Yeah. The
one
hardest part of the business is
100%.
sustaining it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've had your. I can imagine that a lot of the things that you experienced when you were on our side, you now experiencing it on yourself, and it's like, oh God, yeah. And there's people. It's not as
It's too
simple
many.
as
It's a
everybody
lot
thinks.
of. It's not easy. It's
Yeah,
not easy.
yeah,
And like to be sane, like to be stay sane while there all the chaos is happening around you,
Yeah.
man. She said everybody in Miami has an opinion. I don't have nothing against it, but sometimes, people think that it's a good opinion, a bad opinion. You're just like, you know what? I'm just gonna do whatever I think is best.
Right.
And
Right.
then whether it's a bad decision, a good decision, there's nothing you can do but to hope for the best.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah,
You collect your data from your experience and you move forward. But what I think is cool,
anytime.
which is what we'll talk about, I'm sure, very extensively in the episode, and is that we have at least an outlet to be able to do this. That we can
Absolutely.
get creative, that we can try something, and that we can, you
Oh
know.
my gosh, yeah. There's days when I'm like, oh my God, I didn't go to salsa for a week. I'm like, let's go. And
Right.
even though I've been doing it for 8 years straight, technically, I guess you can say I was out for like a year and a half because I was pregnant. But let me tell you, those that time that you're away, you feel it. You
Oh
feel it.
yeah.
And then when you come back and you're starting to dance with someone else, you're like, how do I follow again? Am I a good follow? Like you start questioning yourself, like, oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No, too
Yeah,
much.
it's
Too
just
much.
so much.
Are you doing Orlando Congress?
Oh my God, we made the decision today. Yes, we're going to Orlando Salsa Congress.
Love
I'm
it.
super excited.
Cool. Because
Um,
you guys always do Miami Congress.
Always. We have
Yeah.
done Miami, whew, since we were in Salsa Kings.
Right. 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 Right.
So
For sure.
9 years ago, 10 years ago, we've been doing Salsa Congress.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
That's so crazy. That
For
is
sure.
so crazy.
We're gonna
But let
do
me tell you, Salsa Congress is not like it's not the way it used to be.
well. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it's perspective, right? So since we've kind of done it, kind of okay. Calle Ocho.
Completely different.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like at the end of the day, it's okay. After doing it, at least for me, have you gone?
I've only gone to one, but now that I work in the city, I'll never go.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So after having gone with the red shirts and the big group and the da 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 da, and then someone passing out because of the heat, and the other one is drinking too much, and then this and then that, and then it's just so much to where after a while. Now, when you're a brand new student, it's super exciting and this and that and new faces
You're
and new
like, oh my
people and
God,
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
be
this is
dancing
so
on the
great.
street.
Obviously from the leader's perspective, it's a little different. Definitely fun, but I mean, the leader at the end of the day has to be willing to
The one.
endure.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
because these are our babies at the end of the day, and to make sure that they have a good
You're
time.
exposing them to something that they've never gone through before. So it's like you want to make sure it's the best experience that they have
Right.
when they go. And then like that's another thing with Salsa Congress. It's like, oh my God, I've had like the most craziest experiences going that I want to share that with them. But then sometimes I'm like, oh my God, like is it gonna be good this year?
Right.
Who's gonna go? Like, is it gonna be the same crowd? Then there's like a bunch of new people that you're like, who are you? I've never seen you in my life. But then
Right.
those are the new people, and then you're like, I don't know how to like so many, and then I wish like sometimes I think I'm like, man, I wish it was like the old crew.
Right, right, right. At the
You know
end of the day,
something
we
you
have
can
we
do.
have our cohort. We have our
There
squad.
it is.
That we kind of
Yeah.
grew up with. Oh my god, I need to show you this. Check this. Check this out, yo. Check this out, dog. We're talking about like this is very personal for me. Okay, one day I will post this picture. Okay,
Oh my God.
okay. What? Look at this.
This is gonna be like a throwback. Oh my God.
Now watch this. Hold up, hold up.
Oh my God.
Who's that?
I can't see him very well.
That's Rodrigo.
I can't see him. No.
Yep. And you see the
Oh
date?
my.
You see the date on there?
2019.
2007.
Oh my God, I'm blind. Oh, I see 2007. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. April
Damn, man.
1st,
I was a
2007
sophomore in
for the
college.
for the Salsa Kings picnics. That was yeah. I don't know. Let's put a number on it. Intermediate 3, something like that. Um,
That's
Wild,
crazy.
wild, wild, wild. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start this thing up.
Okay,
Um, let's do what we do best.
let's talk
Talk some,
shit. Let's
talk some
go.
salsa. Let's do
Let's go.
it. All right, give me 1 second. I'll go ahead and introduce you now. All right, perfect. Boom. Wonderful. Okay, here we go. Countdown. All right. What's going on, familia? Andres Fernandez back with another amazing interview with an absolutely beautiful guest, beloved friend here with episode 155, Fun Therapy with Jedi Fina, la única, la reina de Miami, aquí representando Casino with her amazing, amazing academy. A little bit about Fina before I bring her on board. She started dancing at the ripe age of 10 with classical styles, including gymnastics, with a strong emphasis on hip hop. In 2008, so quite a few years ago, she walked in to an old Miami salsa studio known as Latin Groove as their hip hop instructor, which she'll go ahead and tell you the amazing story, which I had absolutely no idea. We were talking about it in the pre-show just now. Um, and she started taking the classes that were there, and she runs into the the famous Albertico Roque, which we interviewed in episode 99, Foundations. Go ahead and check that out. Um, Unfortunately, Latin Groove closed down, but then Abetico returned back to Salsa Kings, bringing Fina along with him. And that was in 2009 where I met this beautiful person. I guess you could say, yeah, I met her, right? Because she had seen me before, apparently. Shortly after, in 2010, became an instructor with us at Salsa Kings and was with us for 6 years and eventually opened up her very own academy known as Salsa Fina Miami in 2016 and will apparently be very soon, next week it seems, celebrating her 8th year anniversary as an organizer and academy owner. So before I bring her on board, guys, I want to go ahead and shout out to our sponsors, mydanceshirts.com, guys. Shirts for dancers by dancers that are basically custom from you. We receive the designs from you, a cool shirt design that you have. We go ahead and build that on there for you so that you can go ahead and order exactly how you like it. Extremely comfortable, ready for the dance floor. For those of you that are looking for a Latin dance getaway, Miami Salsa Cruise is it. It is your favorite one. 8 days, 7 nights aboard the Carnival Celebration. Yes, a salsa cruise, live band every single night. Again, 8 days, 7 nights. An absolute blast. We already have cabins that are being ordered for next year, which is the last week of February 2025, going to Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, and St. Thomas. So we're extremely excited about that. MiamiSalsaCruise.com. Go ahead and check that out. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and bring on La Senora Jedi. For a reason, you'll see why. Fina. What's up, homegirl? How you
Hello,
doing?
how are you guys? I'm good. How you
I'm
doing?
doing good. I'm doing good. Much better now. Much better now. Thank you so much, de verdad de corazón, uh, for making this happen. I think this is long overdue, to be very honest with you.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Um,
been a long time. I think
so
since COVID.
yeah, absolutely. So thank you for making this happen and coming on and talking a little bit about you and what you find personally a lot of passion in. Um, because I think Miami definitely needs to hear it. There's no doubt about it. And obviously, and for all of you that are listening from all over the place, um, if you are watching this YouTube interview live, go ahead and leave us a comment. Go ahead and interact with us. Same thing if you are listening to the podcast, go ahead and write me, Andres at salsakings.com. Any questions for Fina, I can go ahead and forward them over and get back to you with any answers regarding this topic. So Fina, please let our beloved listeners know who you is, girl. Why are you so?
Right.
Why do I think and believe and know that you're so amazing. Let everybody know why that
Well,
is.
I don't think I'm amazing,
No, I'm talking
but
about
I do.
I think you're amazing. Why do I think you're amazing? Let everybody know why you're awesome. Start from the
Well,
beginning.
I can only go by what people say because,
Okay.
I can't really peel myself like an onion. I'm not like an ogre yet. A so Technically I've been a dancer my entire youth. So I've been growing up dancing different styles, and those dancing different kind of styles is a thing that, I was trying to figure out what was my thing, what was the thing that gave me that passion. And then I kind of tried all the styles as far as contemporary, ballet, hip hop, tap, and what drew me the most was hip hop because it had a different language with your body, and that was something for me that it reached out to me a little bit stronger. I kind of have I'm not gonna say an aggressive personality, but when it comes to dancing, like I'm a powerhouse. So that's something that hip hop definitely brought out. So I was technically known as the hip hop dancer. And then throughout time, you get older, and then you can't perform anymore. Then you're like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do next? This is all I know. And then I came across, believe it or not, I came across Andres and ex girlfriend Jessica Cantina. It was Emily and her ex boyfriend Jose at the time. They were all together. They were all best friends. We were all tight. Oh, you guys were tight. I didn't know you guys then. But I can tell that you guys danced together because you guys danced so good. You guys were doing a little rueda at Mama Juana's restaurant. And I was like, man, like this is the calling. This is it. Like the thing that I got for hip hop is the same thing I got when I saw you guys dancing. Like you guys gave me
Wow.
goosebumps, and I was like, I want to do this. Like I'm gonna do this. How do I get started? What do I need to do to meet these people so I can get into the circle kind of thing? So with
How
time,
old were you then? When was this?
I was between 20 to 21 years old at the time.
Okay.
This is like when going out like to restaurants that let you in before they turn into a club.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I know exactly what
So
you're talking about.
you're allowed to eat and then stay, like mojitos back in the day too. And then, we were there with my friends, and we saw you guys dancing, and I'm like, man, I want that. I want that. So with time, I was like, I didn't even know where to start, how to go to it. I never approached you guys because I was super intimidated because I was like, bro, they dance like they're in a movie. In a movie, um, like Dancing with the Stars kind of thing. And that's kind of how I saw it from the naked eye that has no salsa experience. So
Wow.
whatever, I kept doing my hip hop thing, and then I started watching the movie Dance with Me. Dance with Me was the one that really gave me the the scratching on my back, like, oh my god, you need this, you need this. So I saw Dance with Me, Cheyenne and Vanessa Williams, and I was like, I'm gonna do it. So about, what was it, 2020, no, 2008,
Yeah.
when I was asked to teach at Latin Groove Dance Studios. They needed a hip hop teacher, so I was like, okay, sure, let's do it. I was kind of a freelance hip hop teacher, so I was going from dance school, wherever they needed one, and they had salsa. So when I was teaching there, I saw everyone dancing salsa, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is what I've been looking for. Obviously, it wasn't you, but I was like, this is the style that I want to learn. And Abedico was the salsa instructor at the time, and he was teaching the advanced levels. And I was like, whoa, this is like a whole different world, but I want to be a part of it.
Nice.
So I asked the owner if I could take classes, and he's like, yeah, since you teach here, you can take the classes for free. And then
Booyah.
that week, I took like a boot camp. I did the whole week, and I passed from 1 to 5 within the same week.
Claro.
And
Obvio.
yeah, man, I'm a competitor. And let me tell you, like, if someone tells me I can't do something, like, that's the wrong thing to tell me. I was like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. So then, a Latin group. I don't want to say this, but it sounds bad. But I'm happy it did. That Latin group closed, because if they never did, we would have never met you.
Yeah. That's
So
wild,
I'm really
right?
happy about that.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane how things were. And to put things like what's so crazy is I'm trying to wrap my head around Mama Juana. I can't see the place. I don't know. I don't.
It's in Merrick Park. It was a restaurant on the first floor on Merrick Park, on Bird and like Lejeune around there. It was like you know where, I don't know if you know where the 7-Eleven is there on I think it's Douglas or 42nd Avenue there. There's a restaurant behind like I'm gonna take a picture of it and I'm gonna send it to you so you can see what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
But let me tell
Please, because
you,
I'm just like
it was
I'm going crazy
it was a
because
good restaurant.
how like I again I guess ultimately the message that I'm trying to say is like sometimes we leave impressions and I don't even remember like that I'm kind of feel a little guilty about that to be very honest.
No,
um
because you're the one that basically opened the door without even knowing you. I
oh my
never met you, but then go figure, I ran into you a year later.
right
So like, I at some point in my life I was bound to meet you because I was like, man, I want to be part of this circle, and
wild.
I landed in your circle.
All
Yeah,
right,
go.
so we had some technical difficulties there, but the question that I was asking there was, did you know or did Abetico know that we were the same group that was at Mama Juana's when you came to where he learned how to dance originally, if that makes sense?
No.
No.
I told him that I saw a group of four people dancing, but he never knew that it was you guys. So when I saw you guys at Salsa Kings, I was like, oh my gosh, these are them. Oh my gosh.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yo, but no por
So
nada. Oh my
it
god, I'll
was
never forget. And I think we mentioned it in his episode too. I go, hey, welcome. How you doing? Da 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 da. Whatever. And can I help you with anything? He goes, nah, man, I'm good, bro. I've been. What did he say? What did he
yeah,
say?
his cocky self at
I've
that
been in the
time.
scene. I've been in the scene for a minute, bro. Don't worry about it. I'm like, all right, man. You do your thing, bro. Welcome.
Yeah.
Have fun dancing, whatever. Because I think it was like after class or something like that, and we were just kind of like open dancing or whatever. And
Yeah.
y'all came in, and y'all was killing it. Y'all were killing it already, which was great.
Yeah, but it's funny because we see the videos now and we're like super sloppy. We were
Oh
like
my
rookies,
gosh.
like
Oh yeah.
advanced rookies.
Yeah yeah. Oh my god, there was a scenario I'll
Oh,
never forget when Raul was here. Well, I think it was still. I was around the time that you were here too. We had taken over the Salsaderos program, and they were like, "Oh yeah, yeah." The students were like, "Yeah, yeah, we're advanced or whatever." And Raul was like, "Yeah, yeah, 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 for sure. We're gonna do advanced beginners. Yeah." Like, oh my god, no, oh my god, que horror. It's just it's just funny how at the end of the day, it's all perspective, right? And we can't like we don't know what we don't know, which is
yeah, yeah.
it's so wild. Anyways, continue, please.
So yeah, so when we walked through the doors of Salsa Kings, that's basically when my life completely changed. And we took salsa to the next level. Apetico joined the team.
Oh my
And
god, the
then I
team.
was like, yeah, I was like, they're like, oh, I'm like, I'm not ready to be in the team. There's like no way. I just started dancing. There's no way I'm able. And then I saw China, I saw Jessica and Emily dancing, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm not there yet. Like, give me some time. But when I was taking class, I was like, okay, I want to be an instructor because since I already have a background in teaching, I taught all the other styles. So I was like, okay, I want to do salsa. Why not have that under my belt?
Mm,
So that's when I was like, what do I need to do to be an instructor? Like the next thing, let's go. I'm ready
right.
for the next thing, the next chapter. And then that's when you put me in training. And then I'll never forget when it's funny because when my instructors go through like the level one training, I basically did what you did to me because I feel like that's the only way you learn. So I'm like, hey, throw you into the wolves. Let's go.
Right.
You're going to take the mic. You're going to call out the moves. You're going to call the warm up. You're going to call the steps, one thing up back to back. Remember, and then ever since then, here I am.
Oh my gosh. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah, I can't believe it. Like, I can't believe it. I'm still kind of
Ya
shocked
estamos
that,
hablando. Bueno, instructor is 14 years.
yeah, yeah.
14 years. That's a big
14
deal.
years. That's crazy. Time
Time
flies,
time flies,
especially when
man.
you're dancing.
Especially when you're dancing. Especially when you're
Yeah,
dancing. No doubt about it. So then, okay,
but
so
it,
then you open up your own. Then you open up your own. You opened up Fina. You developed your thing. You started with Abatico, right?
yeah. Well, no, actually, it all started because when you went to Salsateros, I was like, man, that is so far. I like where I was living at the time. I was like on 216th Street
Oof,
and the
Tiken.
127th Avenue. So I was like, okay, there's no way I can go there on a daily basis. So my boyfriend at the time, he kind of is the one that kind of planted the seed. And he's like, oh, why don't you open up your own dance school? And I was like, me open up my dance school? Yeah, no, it's not gonna happen. And then he's like, well, why don't you try to do like a small class? And I was like, yeah, I can do a class. I'm okay with class, but I'm not gonna open up my own school. So at the time, it was just like salsa with Fina because it's just you're just dancing with me and I'm teaching you
Uh,
beginners. That
right.
was it. And then like it just started like people kept asking me again what the people ask of you. You're like, you know what? Why not? I was, young at the time. I was 25, 25. This is after, when Abetico broke up, we separated for, he was, when we left Salsa Kings, we were like 4 years apart. Then I met the boyfriend at the time when we left Salsa Kings, because Salsa Kings was going through the transition of Salsateros. And
Yes.
then I got into a relationship, and then it kind of separated me from dancing salsa. So I was like, you know what? I took a year off actually from dancing. And then I was like, I need it in my life. So that's when he was like, okay, well, if you need it in your life, why don't you just open up your own thing? And I was like, where do I begin? Like, I don't even know where to start. So, whatever, long story short, I started doing very small classes, and then the classes started to grow little by little. And I was like, okay. And then the students would tell me, like, hey, Fina, you have something here. And I was like, yeah, but like, I just want to do my thing and that's it. Like, it wasn't like, oh, open up your own school.
Right, right, right.
So little by little, the classes started expanding, and I'm like, what? Like, what? And then my brother was like, just take out the width and just make your name Salsafina. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it
That
had
is
like a
awesome.
little double meaning, and I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So I did like 2 years. It was a year and a half where I did small groups because I was only one instructor at the time. And go figure, my first student, which was Jenny, became an instructor because I started.
I didn't
Yeah, she
know
was my
that.
first student. Yeah, Jenny
Oh, that's
Puentes.
heartwarming. That's awesome.
She's
That's
been
so
with me
awesome.
for 8 years straight. Like,
Wow.
um, so it was one of those where it just started expanding little by little, and then like it was 2017, no, 2018, where I made contact again with Abetico. You know, we were both separating from our significant others, and we're like, you know what? Let's just go full throttle. Let's just go. And then he jumped on board with Salsafina, and then it's history ever since. And
That's
then
amazing.
it's just crazy, crazy.
That's awesome.
And then now we're here, 8 years later.
Now we're here. Full throttle is right.
8 years.
Full throttle
Yeah,
is right.
yeah.
That's
But
so awesome.
timing is everything. Let me tell you, everything like had its time, I believe.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I don't even know where to start. Like if I tell you where it began in my mother's house, figuring out what my next step in my life, like what my purpose was. Because like you just got out of a heartbreak, you're like, oh my god, what do I do next? And then dancing was another form of therapy, where everybody name one person that or a female that when they break up with their significant other, what are they gonna do? What are we gonna do, ladies? We're like, we're gonna go out, we're gonna look hot, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna hang out with my girls. Call your girls up. We're gonna go dancing, and
And that's
that's
it.
basically. And this is like China también. China was going through her breakup, and then like we just like it was just like
That's
women.
beautiful.
And I had a great group of girls, and they were still friends till this day. Like where everything, literally, the timing was perfect. It couldn't have been more perfect.
Your group, if there's one word that I can say is that Your group of girls is so cohesive. You're so energetically bound together. It se
Hmm.
siente. It's so awesome. It's so awesome.
Yeah,
I'm
we're a
so,
vibe.
yeah, no doubt, no doubt about it. I'm super proud of you. What you've built, the community, everything. But you know that, and if you don't, I'm sorry if I haven't made that clear enough. Amazing stuff. The como se llama this? How did this multiverse thing go? That you tied it up with this thing. I heard it was awesome. That it was a slammed house. I'm sure
That
it
was
sounds like it's
insane. That was
stressful,
insane. Yeah.
but it
So
seemed like it worked out.
that was yeah, that was like one of those like, hey, Mikey reached out to me. I do a lot of the dance schools t-shirts. So I was like, he's like, yo, Fina, let's do a party together. And I was like, yo, let's go. Let's do it.
Right.
Let's ride. And then of course, like he talked to me about Randy, and I was like, Randy, like that's my boy. Let's just do it all together. Like you got Dame, you got Salsa Fina, and you have Randy. Like, come on, let's do it.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
then when we started planning, obviously, like the three brains started coming together. And then, I love Star Wars. Like, come on, I love Star Wars. And Randy's the one that came up with the idea of the multiverse. Honestly, Randy is a person that if I could pick his brain, like I would love to be a fly on the wall or be inside his brain for like a day to see how he like processes things. Because the way he thinks, it blows my mind. He's like
Wow,
yeah.
that's
So
awesome.
it was just one of those, we put things together and then it just rapidly blew up. And
That's awesome. That's awesome.
yeah,
That
but then
warmed
now
my
I'm
when I
like,
saw that. That warmed my heart. Like you have no idea. I was like, yes, this is it. This is everything.
yeah.
That's
I think
awesome.
we hit about 312 people or 330 people for that night. That's a lot of people. That's a
the
lot of
the
people.
good news with that, my opinion, of course, is that it's a snowball. The more at the end of the day, the people are going to continue to follow where there's more people. So as long as, again, my opinion, the more that everybody's working together, and obviously we set the business up to where everybody wins and everybody makes sense for everybody. But if everybody's contributing a little piece, everyone is gonna be there. That's what everybody's saying. Everyone is gonna be there. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
why would I go anybody
yeah,
where anywhere? Why would I go anywhere else? Or why am I not gonna go out tonight when everyone is going out tonight? You know,
yes.
and we have that.
You're gonna have tremendo FOMO. You're gonna have FOMO for not going.
Oh yeah, big time. And and
Yeah,
obviously we create the vibe that's that's healthy and that everybody's having a good time and the whole deal. I don't think that any of us have an issue with that. We do well with that, and
yeah,
palante. That's beautiful. It's
yeah.
a beautiful thing. So I support that 100%.
Like, look at when we did Vivo, when we collaborated with Yumi and Salsa Fit.
Right?
You saw how many people were there.
Yeah,
Like, it's
absolutely,
insane. But
absolutely.
that's like one of my biggest things right now. I feel like the schools need to collaborate more because we're here for one purpose and one purpose only. It doesn't matter whether who's the best school. Everyone has, like, I always tell everybody that, I always recommend people to go to other schools so you can find what you're looking for.
Right.
Is it someone where, let's say you're more of an introvert person where you like someone that teaches you like not in a one-on-one basis because it's a one-on-one, but where you like to be in a smaller environment, whether you like to be in a bigger environment,
Right.
where the younger crowd likes the hype, where the older crowd likes more structure. Every school has its own thing.
Absolutely.
And whether you put yourself in it, that's where you belong. So I always recommend everybody. Like I came from Salsa Kings. I am a Salsa Kings alumni. I'm proud of it all day. I will always represent Salsa Kings because that's where I came from. I got everything I know because of you, Abedico, and Enrique, Caesar, Jonathan,
Yes.
Gina. Like,
Oh my
I'll sit
gosh.
here and name all my instructors. Lewis,
Lewis, of
because
course.
let me tell you, I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for my instructors and for you.
Right.
So I take, you very seriously because I feel like you had a very big role in my journey and my salsa journey. So I want to thank you for that.
No, 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 and it's an absolute pleasure. You have done what all I could have asked for, which is to pass it on in the best way that you can,
Hmm.
and that's everything. It's everything.
Yeah.
We're pushing this fun therapy, which I think is actually
Yes.
a perfect transition into the topic. So let's go ahead and let's discuss that. For those
Yeah.
of you that don't know, guys, all of our guests, they select a specific topic that they're particularly passionate about and a message that they want to promote. Um, and kind of like what's been a big impact for them specifically, which is creates the title of the episode for tonight. And Fina picked fun therapy, which I think is a beautiful combination of essentially what happens, right? Or
Yeah.
almost not almost a combination of what happens and why we're doing this, even if it's on a subliminal level, right? Would you say
Yeah.
that that's right?
It's bigger than us. It's bigger than us.
For sure.
Way bigger than us because we don't know what people's trials or like personal things that people are going through in their lives. So like I feel like this is more salsa, believe it or not, is a therapy. When you're, let's say you're a first responder, let's say you're someone that's going through a breakup or someone that has a death in the family, something to take your mind off of certain things. Salsa definitely is the getaway because um, salsa is fun. It releases endorphins. It makes you happy. And that's what it's for. So when you're going through a certain episode in your life, I think that dance is one of the biggest releases and most. It's free, well, unless you're paying for classes, but
Right.
um, it's therapeutic. And a lot of people that I feel like are going through something, if dancing was not an option, maybe trying it would help because you won't know unless you try it.
Right.
So it helps me through so much. Every heartbreak I've ever had has helped me through salsa.
Right. Right.
Salsa has like helped me to go to the next transition in my life. And not even that, salsa introduces you to so many people. The networking, the the relationships that you build throughout the years and times just by having a dance with no words, that blows my mind. Then the conversation happens afterwards, but
Right.
in the beginning you're like, who are you? Like, I don't even know your name, and we're dancing. And then little did you know that person could be your best friend for the next 10 years.
Absolutely.
So I do think that, for me, dance is my getaway to from my reality. So I am a mother of two now. Still hard new to saying that. So that's also a therapy where when I need to have like that time away from my kids and my husband, you know, like it's like working out. It's my getaway. It's my time for me. So any moms out there that are also going through like postpartum, anything that has to do with, you're not happy, you're not comfortable with yourself again, dancing definitely, brings that back 100%. Like I wasn't comfortable in my skin after being pregnant 2 times in a row. Ugh, like let me tell you, you're just not happy with yourself. And then, you start dancing, and you're like, oh my God, I'm so feeling myself again. So, I think that everyone has their thing. And I do think that salsa will definitely help whether you think not. So maybe you should try
I think that's so wild. Uh, at how much something so simple, or what I believe what people believe is simple, but there's
it.
so much happening on on an
Without knowing.
on an intangible level. I mean, I say this word all the time on the podcast. It's magic. It's literally magic in a healing way that's indescribable.
Yeah. Yeah.
It the the amount of people, and I'm sure you're in the same exact place. We don't know it, but the people that are walking in are and that are alone, that are walking in that are alone. They come in by themselves. I'm here for the first time. Like 80% of them, if not more, are going through something.
Something.
And it's unbelievable. And I want to extend this beyond dance. I would say any art, any medium in which you can express yourself.
Yeah.
Because there's just so many of us that we kind of get trapped in the day to day, I think. And that's very easy to do nowadays, especially as
Yeah.
you really start to build up responsibility and all that types of stuff.
Yeah.
um, that once a week program that's next to you, that twice a week thing, whether that's music class, whether that's dance class, whether that's
Art class,
what
anything that has a
whatever.
hobby.
Yes. Yeah, what's this? Crocheting. Guitar. It doesn't matter. Anything at all.
Knitting.
Yeah,
Knitting.
absolutely. Anything at all. Uh, Obviously that you enjoy, right? Will allow you to be in a space where you can kind of find yourself again, because things happen in life, I think we can all agree, that kind of
Yeah.
take us off, or
Yeah.
would seem to be taking us off, or
Yeah.
perhaps putting us on,
Yeah.
just in a different direction. And the dance, and I'm gonna advocate for the dance specifically. Sorry, not sorry, casino. um, that it's just, it doesn't have to suck all the time, that
Yeah.
we can very much have a smile on our face while we're enduring what's necessary.
Yeah.
um I It's saved my life 1.5 million times, as I'm sure it has yours,
Yeah.
including everyone else. And I personally think, and which is why I love this topic, that I don't think enough people talk about. If there was a way, by the way, in Jose's, I interviewed Jose. Step Out. I forget the episode number. Is
Which
he's
Jose? Jose
Jose
Luis?
Valdez? Because
Oh,
he's
Jose Patel.
he's
Oh, okay, okay.
he's practicing nurse and the whole deal. Um, and he's behind it, like on a scientific level. Like, this is necessary. Like, go out, move your body, get off your phone. Like, and like that's a
Yeah.
huge deal. And I think that there's not enough talk about how much what people think is silly, dance, music, art. Like, no, this is a big deal.
Yeah.
And those that are experiencing it can talk about it, but those that are not obviously can't. And you can't really know unless you're in it, right? It's
Yeah.
But you got to put yourself
Or
in
the
those
ones that
roles.
are like, oh, I don't dance. And I'm like,
Right.
why?
Right.
So
Yeah.
why?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I have two left feet. I'm like, there's no such thing as two
Yeah.
left feet. Name
Right.
one person that has two left feet.
Right. Exactly.
Like, show me physical proof that you have two left feet.
Right.
And they're like,
Absolutely.
oh my God, oh my God.
You sound like a
And I'm
dance
like,
teacher.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I've heard everything in the book, everything in the book.
Yeah.
Unless you try it, if you tried it and you didn't like it, okay, I can understand. But if
Right.
you never tried it and then you like bash it, then I'm like totally against it
Right.
because
Absolutely. And if it's not, and
I'm
if
like,
it's
you won't
not,
know unless you try.
and if it's not dance, then it would be guitar, or
Good Lord,
whatever.
find something, find
Correct.
something.
Correct.
But for my therapy, salsa is my therapy.
Absolutely. I think there's a
So
I
I
think there's a lot that's
definitely,
happening there in the, like you said, like connecting with other people. You know.
and like it's funny because I had one student. Oh, I'm not gonna say her name because, but she left an impression on me, such an impression that out of my 16 years of teaching, you know, she even cried to me. I cried. We cried to each other. It was like one of those moments where you're like, oh my God, like, I'm gonna stop saying this. I can stop crying. So she was like, she was going through a very tough time in her life. And when she came to me, she was like, Fina, if it wasn't for me coming here, like I wouldn't even know where I would be, like I don't know, I'm getting sentimental because like she really left such an impression on me that it's like she's like, believe it or not, Salsa Fina like saved my life. And I was like, Salsa Fina didn't save your life. Salsa saved your life. Like just the fact that you came to me, I gave you a direction and it was salsa. It was you dancing, having fun, meeting new people, smiling. Every time you dance, you were smiling. Every issue that you had in your life went away when you came here. So when like we always had that one-on-one conversation after class, and I was like, she always told me the same thing over and over again. I was like, I really hope a lot of people feel this way because, that's my purpose. My purpose, believe it or not, salsa is like, I have a full-time job. This isn't my bread and butter. This is my therapy. This is my getaway from like my personal life, my job, because my job is very stressful. And so when I have a really stressful day, or let's say I had a very stressful weekend because I work on the weekends, um, and I go to salsa, like I get excited. I'm like, bro, I can't wait to go to salsa so I can like see my students, see my instructors. Oh, I can't wait till I see my instructors. My team, every time I see my team, I just get so hyped and I get excited that like a lot of people tell me like, Fina, how do you have all this energy? And I'm like, to be honest with you, they give me the energy without even
Right.
knowing it. So
Yes.
it's like, they're like, but Fina, you're always so hyper, you're always so crazy, you're so la 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 la. And I'm like, it's not me, it's you. Like, you guys get me excited. You guys get me to look forward to coming here. Like there's like a little clique going on in salsa that's like, I'm not in their little circle. They call it a cult, but it's not a cult. Um, and then I'm like, bro, I want to be in the cult, but I can't because I have my responsibilities and stuff. But then like I look back on my past in salsa and I was like, I was there. And that was those relationships that they're building is like the thing for me that gets me so happy because I'm like,
Yes.
that's what I'm doing this for. I'm doing this because I want people to walk out of here meeting their new best friend or a best friend that they needed at their time in their life,
Yes.
or
Yes.
a
Yes.
relationship. Because boy, I should have been invited to over like 50 weddings
Yeah.
because out of all the people that they met at salsa, you're welcome.
Yeah. Mic drop.
Mic drop.
Absolutely. You're
Yeah.
welcome. No, no
So
doubt about it.
you're welcome. And it's all about the networking. Like, who knows, the next person you dance with is your future wife. Like, that's how I see it. It's just so mind blowing that we're able to introduce this to them. And then like people walk out of here with a whole different mentality and like a mindset that's like, man, their confidence level goes to the roof when they start passing levels. And like that for me is the reason, that my purpose. That's my why. That's my
Absolutely.
why.
And it's a beautiful thing. And I love that you said that, salsa fina didn't save you, salsa saved you. And I actually talk about this in my show as well. I a few repeated themes, and an instructor, a dance instructor, always points to the music, because we're just the medium, we're just the representation of the source, right?
Yeah.
And that's so awesome. That's so awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're showing them how to move their body, but to what? It's to that. Paying
Yeah.
more attention
The
to that
rhythm.
thing.
It's like a
Um,
music class too.
yeah,
Because you're like 1, 2, 3,
yeah,
5, 6, 7. You're
absolutely.
teaching them how to understand music that they don't hear. Now they start listening to it. You're opening up another door, which is the realm of how many styles of salsa there is, um, to the styles of dancing that there is, or casino, porque soy casinero. I've always been a casinera the whole time.
Right.
So when I do go into like dancing linea, I'm like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. But you know what? I have to be open to it because, like, God forbid, I may do something with someone that I'm like, wow, that was actually a lot of fun. But I get paranoid because I'm still dancing in a circle.
Right. Right. Absolutely.
But hey, you try, you try.
Absolutely. That's so awesome. No, for sure, for sure. Okay, so then where does that? So where does that? What's the next step? You said that a lot today.
Yeah.
Like, so okay, so
So
we're gonna.
the next step, hmm, you go first.
Okay, so I mean 8 years, right?
Yes.
You just got into a new spot, a bigger spot, which is amazing. Again, congratulations on that. That's so awesome.
Thank you.
Um, are I guess just to put a tangible question out there, are you leaning deeper into the fun? Are we leaning more into the therapy? Is the is the Does the therapy come through the fun? Um, is there Are you trying to go wider, as in reach more people doing what you're doing, or are you planning on going deeper in the sense of maybe like for your existing students offering more for a simple thing would be like a level 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
like, is it music class? I don't know. Obviously,
Oh,
there's
you're
so
opening the door for me. Let's
right,
go.
right. I don't know because there's so
So no,
much because
you're
because at the end of the
asking the
day,
right
this is all
question
still
because a lot of
fun therapy,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
What way can we reach if because I feel the same way that you do. Like for me to know, okay, so like I'll walk out of the studio and then I see like two, three, four people hanging out by their car and they're
the
talking
parking lot.
and the parking lot at like 2 in the morning. And it's like, yo, that was me. So it's so awesome. So I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. And
Or
that's
Denny's. So we go to Denny's afterwards
yes.
and we go eat.
Yeah, yeah. That's it. That's where
Good
it's at.
times, good
That's where it's
times.
at. There's so much soul there. There's so much memories there that I mean, and I'm sure that you've had enough time in the game now that people write you back and say, "Oh my God, those are the best memories that I've had during that time and whatever." Um,
Yeah.
so I guess like I mean also at the same time you mentioned that this is not your main thing.
Yeah.
So I mean you have a large operation. There's no doubt about it. But maybe the goal is to sustain. And
Yeah.
that's good.
Definitely
That's
sustain.
difficult as it is.
It's trying to
Um,
stay afloat. It's trying
yeah,
to stay afloat.
right. No, no doubt, no doubt,
Yeah.
no
With
doubt.
all the schools that are opening up and more that continue to open up, you just gotta find continue to stick to the why. Like what sticks you away from others you know, is my why. So to answer your question, we're so Salsa Fina is like taking many different directions.
Okay,
And it's taking directions because I'm trying to aim to please everybody. But then I'm also pleasing myself because I'm like, I want that too.
sure.
But again, back to the day-to-day operations, I kind of handle Salsafina a day at a time.
Mm,
So I have to kind of figure out what I'm going to do next to get there. But it's in the works. So what we're going to do is so we have classes Mondays and Wednesdays. Thank God our location gives us the opportunity. If we want to do something on Tuesdays, we can.
cool.
But again, I also don't like to overstep because since we've always been open Mondays and Wednesdays, I don't want to step like on Randy's bachata classes because that's something that I look forward to. Students look forward to. Our instructors go to his
Oh,
classes as
cool.
well. Like it's one of those things that I don't want to step on, but then I keep getting that push that like, hey Fina, we want this. Hey Fina, we want that, and I'm like, okay, how am I going to do this without overstepping?
Right.
So, but believe it or not, next Tuesday, myself and Randy are doing a bachata class collaboration together.
I think
So
I saw
that's
that.
where,
Nice.
yes. So instead of, it's one or the other, it's going to be another collaboration where
Beautiful.
we're going to be teaching. I teach the female styling and he teaches the men styling. We do pattern and we do different combinations. So that would be next Tuesday. So that's a workshop. That's what I mean by like Tuesdays are kind of like a
Special.
firework, a
Sure.
special. You don't know what's happening.
Right.
So then we also have an instructor that does country line dancing, which again is a thing that students are asking for because when you go out line dancing, yeah, you learn it, but you learn with like 300 people in the room
Right. Right.
and you're not sure if you're going to get it. So the same kind of line dancing is throughout the entire nation. So it's the same choreography,
Right.
same songs. You just need someone to teach it to you. So
Right.
we do have a great team where we have two instructors, Vladimir and Vanessa, that teach the country line dancing. So we're implementing country line dancing. So Salsa Fina
Nice.
Gone Country.
Beautiful. I love it. That's amazing. That's
So,
amazing.
and
I've always
then
been about that. I've always been about it. That's
we
so
always
much
went,
fun.
like, it's funny. We would go country line dancing and tell me, and now we start dancing salsa. And they're like, hey, this is country, not salsa. And we're like, whoops. But and another thing is so I was out for a while because I was pregnant. So another thing that I'm really focusing on is returning to have my relationship with my students again. Like, there's a lot of students that I know by face, but I don't know by name when I always knew everyone's name. People don't even know that I'm the director because that's how MIA I was because of the kids.
Mm,
So I kind of want, I'm coming back into the scene. And that for me is the next stepping stone, is coming back into the salsa world where I was kind of out for a minute and like
nice.
re-engaging.
That's huge.
Yeah, because it's not easy to be like physically there all the
Oh my
time
gosh.
because
Of course.
it's too many. There's so many things going on right now in the salsa world.
Yeah.
You don't even know how to keep up with it. Like, tell me right now how many parties are going on every day at 5 different locations.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's really hard to keep up with one,
Yeah.
let alone 5.
And it's funny because it
So
wasn't that long ago that there was hardly anything, you know?
barely anything, and you're trying to find a place to go to, and now there's 50 places to go to,
Yeah.
which I think that I don't know. I just personally think that I think one location is good per night. Just one. So it
The
makes it
one
easier where everyone can go to one
the one
place.
so here's okay, so here's my thoughts. We are the top of the funnel. Meaning, for all the party organizers, for all the Congress, everybody, like, they all get their people through us. Period. Like,
Yeah,
it's that simple. So, again, you said one night, um, one party a night, let's say,
a night.
right? So, if we're in theory, right, we're not going to throw a party every single night of the week, but if we wanted to collaboratively throw a party every single night of the week,
That'll be full.
there wouldn't be anywhere else that anyone else would want to go because everybody
Exactly. Who's gonna be there?
would be there.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
if we chose to do one night a week, or if we chose once a month even, and to kind of just create that norm that Miami is coming together because we said so, us 4 or 5 people, whoever we want to involve,
Mm-hmm.
whoever you want to involve, whatever the case is, and boom, and done.
Yeah.
Because now
Yeah.
now we're in Cooper City. We're in Weston. These people are coming down, no problem. We're reopening up Homestead. Doral is popping up. We're
Yeah.
we're going little spots all over the place. That's our
Yeah.
plan. So
Yeah.
we'll be reaching a little bit wider, if you would, to kind of create that welcoming beginner,
Yeah.
right? So that's,
You're
again,
hitting right. You're
everybody's got
hitting a
their
different
identity, right?
audience, which is great. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So we can pull from wider and get people from different places down to wherever essentially we decide. If it's your spot
Yeah.
one day, if it's Randy's spot one day, if it's Mikey's spot another, we're gonna have a
Yeah.
huge place in Doral, God willing, coming up very soon before the end of this year. Definitely big plans and stuff. But again, going back to today's topic, is that it's just creating more of an opportunity for others to have that fun therapy with more people. I think that
Everyone.
the
Yes.
yeah, the meeting someone new is a good way to kind of like find your own identity again, reestablish, because you're brand new to that person, right? So who am I now after
Yeah.
this relationship, or who am I after this, pain in the family, or whatever's going on, right? Um,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
and I think that's that could be really, really awesome. I mean, imagínate, you guys started that already. You guys
I
created that
think that,
trend already.
yeah. And that's what I mean. Like, I cordially want to invite, you, I want to bring us together. I want to bring, I want to bring the old G's back. I want to bring that environment where what we brought to the scene, I want everyone to feel that. Like, I'm just trying to like bring back old times, even though I know I can't, but like, I'm trying. I'm
I
trying.
got girl, trust me. Trust me, I'm with you. Trust me, I'm with you because that was
Yeah.
our therapy, right? That was our fun
Yeah.
therapy. Um and the more that we could push that and kind of show like, hey, look, like this is what it did for us, and
Yes.
it can do it for you also. Like, just stick around. Just stick around.
Yeah.
Um
Yeah.
stick
And
around
it's
long enough
not
for the
like,
healing.
oh, it's not a war with the schools. Like, I want to eliminate the war. There's no war here. We're here for one purpose and one purpose only. It's to teach you salsa and make sure that you take this skill and apply it to your everyday life.
Amen.
That's what it is. And
Amen.
then when you're going through something, you come to salsa to let that the BS go. And
That's
then
it.
from there on, hopefully you continue to build relationships, meeting people from different schools even better, because then like you all you do is continue to bring everyone to, that's the purpose. Like that's the
Absolutely.
community. It's supposed to
Absolutely.
be a community. It's not supposed to be this school versus this school. No, no, no. We don't have time. I don't have time for that. We don't have
Ain't nobody got time for that.
and nobody got time for that. Like, bro, if you see my mind like on a screen, I am like that 70 tab person open, and I haven't even gone to the first one, but I'm opening up another tab and opening up another tab. Like,
I see you.
I'm trying to be sane.
I hear you, girl.
Yeah.
Well, for what it's
And then as
worth.
far as the team,
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Tell me.
so we actually have an elite dance team, which is the level 6, I guess you can say.
Okay.
So we have a dance team, and Robelisa and Alfredo are in charge of it. I'm actually a student in it. Love it because
Nice.
it's actually nice to be a student, an instructor being a student.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I have my say in things and stuff, but it's really nice to be able to take the class, to do the training. You know, they're the ones that are taking full control over it, and I'm just, we're teaching structure, we're teaching training, we're teaching spins, we're teaching combinations, we're teaching it's very technical, very, very technical. So
Good.
that would be
That's
the
what's up.
next level that we're doing and we're focusing on. We're trying to get the people that are serious about taking their salsa to the next level. Um, and those are the ones that will be performing at events. Those are the ones that salsa congresses, parties, and whatnot, and they get the gigs and stuff. So
Absolutely.
that's another step, another direction that we're going. I feel like I'm being pulled by 15 different arms, but it's okay.
I hear you.
It's fun. We're riding the wave, riding the
I,
wave.
I hear you. If
That's it.
Fina,
That's it.
if you're meant to be the glue, then so be it. If you're meant to be the one that does that, I don't know why, for whatever reason, like, yeah, everybody, I feel like, at least with me personally, like, there's maybe respect, but not, I don't know. Like if, like, everyone wants to try and do their own thing in the sense of, like, not, not their own thing as in that, like, how do I say what I'm saying? Um, like, they want to try something
Just
else.
say it. Just say it. Maybe it comes out there.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
honestly don't even know what I'm trying to say. Like, they like try something new. They're trying to try something new. When I'm saying, guys,
No.
I tried all that stuff already. This is the one.
Yeah.
And
Why?
and
Why try? Why? What is it? The saying that it says, "Why change something?" I mean, why change something that's not? Wait, is
don't
it?
broke it. If it ain't broke, don't
Why
fix it.
break something? If it exactly, if it ain't broken, don't fix it, like
Right.
kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah,
So
I,
so
I
the so
yeah,
the
same.
idea of
My method hasn't changed for the past 8 years.
right. Right. Yeah.
I don't
And
think it needs to be changed because the structure, you have a structure, you follow the structure, everyone has the same structure, and then the people that learned it 8 years ago is still gonna find the same structure when they come back. Like nothing changes,
right, right,
nothing's
right.
new.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I'm just old school.
For sure. For sure. Bueno, ya tú sabes que ya fue una hora. Like I told you, this it flies. Yep.
Jesus
Absolutely.
Christ, that's
Absolutely.
Friday.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that we definitely spoke about a lot of different things, all tying back to
Yes, we did.
the same subject
Purpose.
ultimately. Yes, the same purpose, the same why, or at least we share that. That's a for sure. I found that talking with you today that we are on the same page when it comes to kind of like that inner joy, that inner I guess you could say excitement, if you would, um, of seeing
Yeah.
others getting that healing that they perhaps don't even know that they are yet. You know,
Yeah.
um,
The
which is
technical
really cool.
aspect comes later,
Right.
but it's supposed to be fun and technical.
Yeah.
So it's definitely therapy. And
Right.
then there's, like you said, with Andres's version of salsa, it's like a mathematical equation. You're just applying it to your day to day.
Yeah.
Um
There you go.
And the reason why I say that is because I'm never gonna forget. Okay, I have to bring this up. It's like I'm never gonna forget when you're like salsa is like a formula. Okay, direction and place together.
Yeah, and then you just plug that in. That's it.
It's a formula, and then you apply it.
That's it. That's it. You got
Whatever I
that,
say,
and
your
you stick
feet
it
are
in
doing,
there.
but it's
That's
like
it.
a mathematical equation.
I love it.
Stick
Wow,
it in there.
that
Stick it
is
in there.
that is
Yes.
totally something that was said for sure. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. We have
Salsa is like
definitely.
walking.
Oh, there you go. There you go. So for those of you that are taking our classes or are familiar or watch our YouTubes and stuff online, you'll notice Fina's language is very very similar, uh, because essentially we're all one big happy family here, which is wonderful, which is great. Fina, thank you for everything that you do. Thank you
Of
for
course.
all that you are, that you continue to offer for others. This just you are a light towards la salsa, which, as we know directly in our own lives, has been nothing short of magical. Um, so
Yeah,
thank
you're
you,
gonna make me
legitimately,
cry.
and but I mean that, and I sincerely mean that. And however we can help, however Salsa Kings can help, um, it it behooves everyone, including the people that haven't signed up for classes yet, for that healing. You know, um, including us, and dare I say that. You
Yeah,
know, everybody wins. From an intangible level, on a tangible level, we're all having a good time at the end of the day. The fun increases as there's more of us, with the same purpose, with the same why of wanting to connect with others or reconnect with others.
yeah.
And I think,
That's the reconnection I'm trying to bring back.
yes,
I
yes,
want I want us to reconnect so we can connect the new ones with us. You know what I mean? Like,
big, yeah. There's no
yeah,
better way to create that than to lead by example, than to show,
yeah,
hey, look, that Fina and I haven't danced in
forever.
years, and and it's like, this is, but you're doing, this, there's nothing that I'm
Yeah,
doing that you don't know, nothing, and
yeah,
then that's when the light bulb goes off, and it's like, oh man, you know um
yeah,
I think that's very powerful stuff, and obviously as um more organizers are on the same page, we just compound that, which is
yes,
very very powerful stuff energetically for, dare I say it, Miami, Broward, South Florida, Southeast region. It goes on. I mean,
yeah,
you had your Mile High program. You know what I mean? Like that.
yeah. Denver.
There's no limit to this. Our babies go and they make more babies. Like that's the
Yeah, yeah. It's an
that.
umbrella effect. Mom
Yes.
and dad, Elba and Renee, and then
Yep.
it just starts trickling down.
That's it.
We're
That's
all like we're little babies from mom and dad.
yep.
That's technically
Yep.
salsa mom, salsa dad.
Yep. And
Did I just say that
you
on
did. You
live?
did just say that. And you know what's crazy is that people calling me salsa grandpa already, and I'm considering myself a baby over here, right? It's
Yeah,
wild.
we're still babies. We're like toddlers.
Yeah. Right. Right. Yep.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
Absolutely. Thank you again,
Thank you, Andres. I
for sure.
appreciate you.
You're the bomb. You're the bomb.com. We
Hope to
have,
see you next week. God
yes.
bless you guys.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me know. Send me the details.
I will.
And I'll be there. I'll definitely be
You
there. That's
got
what's
it.
up. For sure. I need a
Thank
new shirt.
you.
I need a new shirt.
I got you.
Hook me up.
I got you.
I like
I got you.
V-necks.
I got you. I know you do.
All right.
You're a medium, right?
No, baby, I'm a large now. Ah.
I got you. I
All right.
got you.
I appreciate you.
All
Guys,
right.
thank you so much for tuning in. The beautiful Jedi Fina, Tillery in the house,
That's me.
sharing her love for salsa with, poof, the country.
The country.
Love you guys.
Thank you
Signing out.
guys. Have a good one.
Bye bye.